Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about three different types of clay. We're going to be talking about stoneware, earthenware, and kaolin. I don't know how to pronounce that one, but those are the three we're going to be talking about. So first thing, how is clay made? Well, clay comes from the ground or the soil, and it's made from minerals, plant lives, animals, and all that. Over time, water pressure builds up and breaks down the minerals, which leaves silt to settle in the beds of clay. Depending on how pure the silt is or how far it travels from the source, that determines what type of clay it will become. Okay, so the first type of clay we're going to talk about is earthenware, also known as common clay. It has kind of a reddish color at first, but once you put it in the kiln, it can create many colors, but most often white. So earthenware contains iron oxide and may contain some sand and rock sometimes. This is because when it's made, it is made through moving water. So it's a secondary clay also because of all its impurities. And because of its impurities, it's very easy to melt in the kiln. So some common things that earthenware is used for would be terracotta pots, roofing tiles, and low fireware. So the general formation of earthenware is about 25% kaolin, 25% ball clay, 35% quartz, and 15% feldspar. So there are many types of earthenware, but the most popular among them would be terracotta or yellowware. There are a few obscure ones like creamware or delftware, but mainly people use the terracotta one. Thanks for listening to my presentation so far. I hope I'm killing it. So the second type of clay we're talking about is stoneware. It's a hard and durable clay, and it's usually fired between 2100 to 2300 degrees Fahrenheit. Its natural colors consist of light gray to dark gray or chocolate brown. Now, stoneware was originally used for crocks or jugs back in the olden days, but now it's used for dinnerware mostly. Also, it's non-porous, so that means it doesn't soak up any liquids or anything. There are 5 types of stoneware, which would consist of traditional stoneware, fire stoneware, chemical stoneware, thermal shock resistant stoneware, and electrical stoneware. Traditional stoneware is often used to create very large pieces. It's opaque and can be of any color, and when it cracks, it has a stony fracture. Fire stoneware is used to produce tableware and artware. Chemical stoneware is special because it's usually used to store acids. And then the thermal shock resistant stoneware, it has certain materials added into it so it can enhance the thermal shock resistance of the fired body. Electrical stoneware, it was historically used for electrical insulators, although it has recently been replaced by electrical porcelain. Some major pieces of art that were made with stoneware would include the Bartman jug, the Botgerware, Caneware, Crouchware, a lot of wares. What type of modeling clay does the dog use? Fido. Okay, so the third and final clay we're talking about today is kaolin, which is also known as China clay. It is the purest clay, and it's also the main ingredient in making porcelain. It fires at about 2,335 degrees to about 2,550 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's also melted at the surface so smooth and shiny that glaze is not needed to cover it. Kaolin is mainly used in pottery, but it also can be seen being used in toothpaste, cosmetics, and in light bulbs for some reason. Kaolin is also called a primary clay because it is found very near the source, which is what determines what type of clay it is. If it's distant from the source, then it's probably not pure at all, but kaolin is very pure. Some interesting facts about kaolin clay is that it's actually been found to help detox skin and clean the skin and care for it. It also has shown to remove wrinkles and treat various skin conditions. What do you call a Chewbacca sculpting pottery? A Harry Potter. Did you hear about the big pottery scandal? Everyone involved was fired. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening to this part of the project. I hope you learned something new about clay or pottery that you did not know before.